Hello, everybody. Hi, y'all. How have y'all been? I hope you can hear me okay. Sure, you can hear me. Let's see. There we go. Acting up already. All right, let me see here. I know it's been a minute since I have been here, y'all. Okay, let me see here. All right, we're good. We're good. All right. So today I wanted to share some stuff with you. Okay. About investing. So I've been doing some things, and so let me just go down the list, okay, before I get right to the investing. All right, and the cyber stocks. So I've talked about this in two other videos that I did. It was a security in the black where I talked about cloud stocks, and I'm gonna put the links to those videos under here too. And then I talked about this and how to start your own cybersecurity business. Okay, so but here I want to show you what I've done and what I've been doing. All right. So the first thing, actually, before I get to that, I told you all that I posted on my community tab that I did a CompTIA 1 week session as a CompTIA SME for the CYSA exam. Y'all, that was so intense. I'm telling you. Listen, I took a week off of work in order to do that. I couldn't wait to get back to work. I'm telling you, I have never worked so hard, in my life. It was very, very intense, but it was very nice, and I was happy to do it. And so that was great. Um, what else? Okay, so let me show you up here. I'm going to share my screen with you so I can show you all this stuff. Okay. Uh, First, oh wait, let me see. Yep, that's the right one. First, I want to show you. Okay, so this is before we get to the stocks, we're going to get there in a minute. I want to show you my Thinkific page, okay? It's ypifany.thinkific.com, and I have two free courses on here right now. Cybersecurity and Internet Network of Communication, where I talk about cyber using adult toys, okay, and how we need to be cognizant of some things. And I also did a security in the black related to that, if you were here for that. And then pass every time. This is about passing cybersecurity certifications, and this one is a small free lesson, but cybersecurity simplified. You all know on this channel, I try to break things down as much as I can, in a way that's easy for somebody to get, because I'm mapping it to stuff you already know. So I've started doing that in here, and I'm going to create a longer version of this where I use metaphors, similes, and analogies to explain different cybersecurity concepts, okay? Because it doesn't have to be as hard as it seems to be, okay? At least when I got in, it was like, what the hell? 1,000 acronyms and all this other stuff I got to remember. So this right here is the beginning of simplifying that for people, okay? And even people who've already been in, because there are some people who've been in for years, and if I get down to the nitty gritty and ask them what something is, they don't know. They don't know. All right, so let's get to this. Top cybersecurity stocks. So y'all, I wanted to do this because I tell my boys, my 12 and 13-year-old, I do not want you to live your life just as a consumer, okay? Because they love like the video games and all that stuff. That's fine and dandy, but you're not going to be here just consuming things. I'm going to need you to own some stuff, all right? So until they are, ready to begin their own businesses, if that's something they want to do, all right, if that's something they want to do, but I am encouraging them towards that direction. We need to do the same thing. Until they're ready to do that, they're going to be investing in stuff. So my boys have already invested in Roblox because they play that all the time. I'm like, listen, now that you're an investor, when you give Mr. Roblox his money, okay, some of that is going to be going to you. You understand? So the top cybersecurity stocks are here. And I'm at the end of this, I'm going to tell y'all some of the things that I've invested in. All right. Now, CrowdStrike holding. Now, listen, I'm not a financial guru. I ain't none of that stuff. I'm just giving you information, okay, to that y'all can use or not. All right. So now this stuff I didn't know about. They don't teach us this in cybersecurity school. All right. But I'm also making lessons regarding this as well. So these are the top 10 cybersecurity stocks that you can look into. And I'll show you what I use to invest as well. CrowdStrike, we all, many of us know CrowdStrike, okay? Zscaler, a lot of us know that too. Okta, oh Lord, how you pronounce that? However you, Sentinel, whatever. Palo Alto, we know them. Fortinet, Splunk, of course, Datadog, and Akamai, something like that. So this is from the Motley Fool, all right? So y'all can go in and read about it yourselves if you're not already invested in this. Now listen, I am the last person, okay, who would have even thought about investing in anything, because I'd have been like, I don't know anything about that. I don't know nothing about the stock market. How do I do this? I don't even know where to start it. And the fact that I'm even doing it, okay, says a lot, all right? So let's get to the next one. So these are the top 10 stocks. Now, let me show you what they don't have in here. And what I've been reading and learning about is REITs. Okay. And these are real estate investment trusts. Okay. And data centers. I know I've talked about investing in data centers in one or two of these videos on this channel. I don't remember which ones, but I know I've talked about it. Data center investments. Okay. Now these are key data centers. Why is it doing like that? Okay. Oh, there we go. Now these things here, this one right here, I think this is the one that's like $700 a share or something like that. I don't know, but it's pretty, it's pretty much, if you got it, go ahead and do it. But here are some data center REITs that you can invest in. All right. Now we know, especially us, we know how necessary these data centers are and will continue to be, because even as much as we talk about cloud, we know everything is on the ground. All right. It's all on the ground. So, and they need space for these data centers. So these are also investments that you can look into. I've only invested in one. I think it's Iron Mountain is the one I invested in so far, but I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Okay. Now I also talked about startups. I have not invested in startups yet. Now startups are, they're good. Imagine being there when Jeff Bezos was starting up, okay, and putting your $20, $30 in or whatever. Imagine where you'd be today, okay? Startups are a lot more risky than some of the others because that you can lose everything. You can just lose everything, but it's an option. It's an option out there, and I just wanted to show y'all this. This is from an article from June of this year, okay, and it talks about different startups in here, okay, SOC 2, Type 2 certification, Devo Technology, Jupiter One, all that stuff, okay. Now, the thing that I use to invest, this is the tool that I use. Now, this is just me. There's 1,000 of them out there, okay? And I'm not saying this is the best one or anything. This is just what I use, and it's what I like. And okay, so I use Robinhood, and it's an app on my phone. And what I like about Robinhood is I can go in, search for something, I can invest, go ahead. And when I say invest, I'm not talking about hundreds or thousands of dollars, okay? Some of these things are like, if you can get one share, some of it is like $30, $8 even. And I think they even have penny stocks. I haven't looked for the penny stocks, but I think they have them, okay? So you can do that too, all right? So I go in, I use Robinhood to make my investment. I can track it. I also have some things where, I think it's two things where I have a recurring payment. So every month I'll put money into that particular stock. One of them is gold. Okay, I've invested in gold, and just a little bit now. I'm not, just a little bit. I'm just getting started in this stuff. Okay, so in gold, and I forget. I think it was a real estate one that I did. And this is another app, M1. Okay, in the M1 application. All right. Okay. So that was just a quick rundown of some of the stuff that you can be looking into for investing. Because as cybersecurity professionals, like, we know what we do, we know the tools that we use, but we want to get on the other side if we can. All right. If we don't intend on starting something like CrowdStrike, that's not in our plans to do. That's fine. Okay. But let's still own something. Okay. I heard somebody say that, how did he say this? He said, I don't wear anything I don't own. I think he said it like that. I don't wear anything I don't. Well, I'm like, we all do that. We'll go buy stuff. That's not what he meant. He meant, if I got on Fendi, you better believe I got me some stock in Fendi. Okay. If I'm wearing Louis Vuitton, I got stock in Louis Vuitton. That's what he was talking about. And I like that. If I drive a Benz, guess what? Guess what I got stock in. Okay. And I love that attitude. I really do. So one way that I chose what I wanted to invest in when it came to this, what were the tools that I use, the stuff that I use, that I use a lot at work, the things I talk about, the stuff I have in my house. Okay. That helps me determine, all right, Cheryl, what are you going to invest in? Okay. And to me, it just makes sense to start there, right? To come up with some kind of plan. All right. So let me see. I have here, I pulled up my Robinhood real quick just to see. So ETFs, what does that stand for? ETF. So I've invested in like individual companies, but also I think it's ETFs, which is like a group of things that Amazon might be a part of. Okay. Along with some other stuff. So I've done that. Gold and crypto. I've talked about the crypto on here. Now, listen, I'm telling you again, these are not, these investing is not something that has to break the bank. Okay. You don't have to not pay your light bill so you can invest in CrowdStrike. Okay. It's not even that serious. But the thing is just to start, you don't even have to buy a whole share. If you get like half a share or something, like one of these things, what is this? I think this is a, I also invested in cannabis. But okay, so there's a company that I invested in. Okay, they do distribution of cannabis. They have certain brands and stuff like that. But it was only $8 a share. It was $6 a share when I started. Okay, now it's like up to $8, and I bought 2 shares. So it's not, so just if you can just start small like that, that's fine, right? But what I've been working on and the reason why I'm even doing this, right, is because I had to really change my attitude about money, about what it is, how it's used, what it's for. And, and coming from a poor background, we have a certain attitude about money, and all this chasing the bag and all that. I'm not, folks get tired. I ain't running unless the bag chases. The bag don't have to be chasing me because I ain't running. Okay. The thing is that I'm not doing that. Okay. And the planning for retirement, that sounds so morbid. Like, what about today? Planning for retirement. That's like, we're so busy trying to accumulate money that we're not even living. That's nuts. It's nuts. But when we have that kind of, thinking, that's all we hear. That's what we grew up with. That's what the commercials say. That's how the banks, market and all this. How else you're gonna do that? So I've been working on really changing my attitude about that kind of stuff. See, I practice what I preach on this channel. Okay, I talk about my models. Okay, mental models, all right, and breaking things down and building them up again, all right. So that's what I did. And I'm not about like retire. This is not about retirement. Okay. This is about designing a particular lifestyle that I want, which starts right now, not when I'm 65. You understand? So let's get that kind of an attitude, the attitude of designing a lifestyle right now, and the attitude of ownership, not just consuming. Okay. Learning about the tools, getting the certification for Splunk, and working for these people to do Splunk, and these people, and you might be getting a good salary, but you're still consuming. Get some shares in Splunk. Okay, if that's the tool you're using all the time in the SOC, go ahead and do that. All right, y'all. That's all I got for you this time. I'm coming back. All right. I have a whole mural that I'm creating. And it's awesome, if I should say so myself. So y'all get to that Thinkific. I'm gonna put these links in here so y'all can get to this stuff too. All right. All right, y'all. I will see y'all next time. Have a good evening.